Here is the latest tropical cyclone advisory from the National Hurricane Center. Disturbance over the south-central Caribbean now moving north-northwest with gale-force winds. Expected to develop into a tropical storm later tonight or on Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The disturbance was centered near latitude 12.5 north, longitude 70.3 west. The system is moving towards the north-northwest near 4 miles an hour, and this general motion is expected to continue for the next day or so, followed by a turn towards the north. On the forecast track, the system will move northward over the eastern coast of Cuba Friday morning, be near or over the northwestern Bahamas early Saturday, and move past the Florida East Coast Saturday night. Recent satellite wind data indicates maximum sustained winds are near 45 miles per hour with higher gusts. Sea products issued by the Tropical Analysis and Forecast Branch of the National Hurricane Center. An Air Force reserved hurricane reconnaissance aircraft is scheduled to investigate the system Thursday morning. The estimated minimum central pressure is 1,002 millibars. Here is the latest tropical cyclone advisory from the National Hurricane Center. Depression strengthens into the 12th tropical storm of the 2020 Atlantic hurricane season at 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The center of Tropical Storm Laura was located near latitude 17.3 north, longitude 73.4 west. Laura is moving towards the northwest near 8 miles an hour, and this motion is expected to continue for the next day or so, with a decrease in forward speed. A turn towards the north is expected on Friday night, followed by a sharp turn towards the west on Sunday. Data from NOAA and Air Force reserved hurricane hunters indicate maximum sustained winds have now increased to near 72 miles an hour with higher gusts. Fast strengthening is expected as Laura moves over a patch of extremely warm waters, and Laura could be near hurricane strength later today when it moves past Cuba. Tropical storm force winds extend outwards up to 45 miles from the center. The minimum central pressure recently measured by hurricane hunters is 998 millibars.
Good morning, here is the latest for Hurricane Laura. Here it is on satellite radar. You can see a classical hurricane, very well-defined eye moving towards the northwest at about 5 miles an hour. Let's go and look at the latest particulars, the advisory from the National Hurricane Center. Laura has been upgraded to a major hurricane. Anything Category 3 and above is considered a major hurricane. It's centered at 19.2 north, 73.5 west. That was 40 miles east of Cuba. The top wind's at 130 miles an hour, and the NOAA aircraft on an incredibly low pressure of 918 millibars, or 22.11 inches. Let's talk about how rapidly this storm intensified. It was upgraded to a hurricane around 10 p.m. yesterday, so it went from a tropical storm to a Category 3 storm in a period of just 13 hours. It almost doubled in wind speed from 70 miles an hour to 130 miles an hour, so the storm really is
The following message is transmitted at the request of the South Carolina Emergency Management Agency, Charleston, South Carolina. The South Carolina Emergency Management Division has issued a civil emergency message due to the possible threat of Hurricane Laura. The governor of South Carolina has mandated an evacuation effective at noon today. Everyone in the following zones must evacuate: Charleston, Dorchester, and Berkeley Counties evacuation zones: B, C, D, East, F, and G. Colleton County evacuation zones B and C. Beaufort County evacuation zone A. Jasper County evacuation zone A. The South Carolina Department of Public Safety, the South Carolina Department of Transportation, and supporting agencies will reverse the direction of traffic along certain evacuation routes to ease the flow of traffic away from the coast. Travel will only be possible in one direction away from the coast on those routes while the evacuation is in progress. South Carolina Emergency Helpline will be active at 1-866-246-0133. The local time is 7:27 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Here are the 7 p.m. observations. At the Charleston International Airport, it was partly sunny. The temperature was 84 degrees. In Georgia, Bryan, Chatham, Effingham, Liberty, and the following counties: in South Carolina, Beaufort, Jasper, Colleton, Charleston, Dorchester, Inland Berkeley, and Tidal Berkeley. Coastal flood warning in effect from 10 p.m. Saturday to 10 p.m. Monday. The coastal flood watch is no longer in effect. Coastal flooding will be imminent early Sunday. Impacts: severe flooding. Most low-lying roads will be closed with isolated property flooding. To be safe, move critical items out of basements to higher elevations until the warning has expired. This is NOAA Weather Radio, KHB 29 in Charleston. A hurricane watch is in effect for the following counties: in South Carolina, Jasper, Beaufort, Hampton, Allendale, Barnwell, Benburg, Colleton, Orangeburg, Dorchester, Charleston, Berkeley, Calhoun, Clarendon, Williamsburg, Georgetown, Florence, Marion, Horry, Dillon, Sumter, and the following counties: in Georgia, Chatham, Effingham, Screven, Blurk, Jenkins, Bullock, Bryan, Liberty, Evans, Kendler, Emmanuel, McIntosh, Long. A hurricane watch means that sustained winds in excess of 63 knots or 73 miles an hour or 118 kilometers per hour are expected due to a tropical cyclone within 48 hours. Here is the latest tropical cyclone advisory from the National Hurricane Center. Catastrophic Hurricane Laura about to hit the Carolinas with devastating winds, life-threatening storm surge, and very heavy rainfall. At 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the distinct eye of Hurricane Laura was located near latitude 31.3 north, longitude 78.3 west. Laura is moving towards the west at 1 mile an hour. and this motion is expected to continue into early next week with a decrease in forward speed. On this track, Laura will cross over South Carolina, then move north into the Ohio Valley late Monday. Laura is a Category 5 hurricane on the Saffir-Simpson hurricane wind scale. The maximum sustained wind measurements from the Air Force reconnaissance aircraft were not available. All contact with the aircraft has been lost, and the crew is presumed dead. But satellite wind data recently measured sustained winds of 312 miles an hour with higher gusts. In addition, wind measurements taken at Charleston Harbor, South Carolina recently measured sustained winds of 94 miles an hour with higher gusts. The estimated minimum central pressure is 758 millibars. Hurricane warning in effect. A hurricane watch has been upgraded to a hurricane warning for the following counties in South Carolina: Jasper, Beaufort, Hampton, Allendale, Barnwell, Aiken, Orangeburg, Dorchester, Charleston, Berkeley, Clarendon, Calhoun, Williamsburg, Georgetown, Sumter, Lee, Florence, Marion, Horry, Dillon, Marlborough, Darlington, and the following counties in Georgia: Richmond, Blurk, Jenkins, Screven, Effingham, Chatham, Jefferson, Emmanuel, Kendler, Evans, Bryan, Liberty, Tatannall, Long, McIntosh. A hurricane warning means sustained winds in excess of 63 knots or 73 miles an hour or 118 kilometers per hour are expected due to a tropical cyclone within 24 hours.